Well, hello YouTube. In this tutorial we're gonna learn what is that alternative when we work with the constants. So for reference reasons, let's just have this here thingy in the comment section just to have some kind of remainder. And I'm gonna delete this bunch of instructions because they are actually not needed right now. So question is how to even start. Well, we're going to use preprocessor directive. I hope that I said that correctly in English. That means we're gonna start with the hash and then define is the new stuff, and some people will say cool, I'm just gonna grab this stuff from here and copy paste it down there, right? So let's test that. And of course, like good C++ programmers, we are using semicolon at the end, and this is fine. And you're just going to say cout and pi, and let's change this to uppercase because it's kind of nice to other people. General rule to use uppercases for constants. So end the line, and you expect that you will have a nice result. Well, the thing is that you will run into error. P was not declared in this scope, so basically for some reason main doesn't see pi somewhere around because there is no P. Now some people will say, well, why when I obviously see it? Well, here's the thing, see, we don't use semicolon here, but we use it down there, which is a funny stuff. We always tell people that they must use semicolon. Well, in this case, no, you don't use semicolon, which is like totally stupid. It defeats the strictness of C++ ways, but yeah, that's the thing. So you will be right now like this thing will run, and now let's run it, and again error. P was not declared. Well, how when I see it? So the thing is that you must drop using equality symbol, and this will look like complete insanity. So you will say, okay, well, right now the thing will work because we have a value, we have a name, we are using that define, and we are very strict. Well, check this out. Problem, P is not declared. So is there some error on my part? Am I just stupid? Well, no. Well, I hope that I'm not. But anyway, the thing is that when you're using this way with define, then you must drop using that float. So you will probably say, well, what about that precision, about that strictness? Well, this is how it is. Now, if I remember correctly, this reminds me about COBOL code that I was learning like 2 decades ago or something like that. You know, those big papers with white and green stripes, like millions of code. I think that picture is in my head. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm losing my mind, but I think that's it. Correct me if you are using COBOL and mainframes on daily basis. So anyway, bottom line. When you use define, drop equality, drop semicolon, drop data type, and the thing will work. Now you will probably say, okay, so this thing will like automatically recognize stuff. Well, yes, it will basically grab everything from here and it will replace every occurrence of this thing down there. Even if you have multiple, I don't know, thousands of usage cases for this down there. Just an example, but you can have thousands, hundreds of these. So can you use like something else here, like one character? Will that be recognized? Like let's say Tsar and the character, of course, single quote. So let's say epsilon or something. And now let's grab this code to test. Will that work? What was it? Character. Yeah, I can use it like that. So will that work? Well, yeah, that will work. But check this out. See this string right here? I was using double quotes, and that's normal. When you're using double quotes, you wanna when you're using strings, definitely use double quotes, because if you use single quotes for strings, and strings are just bunch of concatenated characters, then what I was saying, yeah, use double quotes. I don't know, I'm losing my mind. So check this out. If you use strings with single quotes, what's gonna happen? Just check what's happening. Define str, let's say, and where I am, and say here like blah 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 blah, something like that. So let's use it down there, like cout str and end line, and we're gonna run into problem. We're gonna get like number. See, total insanity. So the thing is, don't use single quotes for strings, use double quotes. So what is the preferred way? Now honestly, this thing is more precise, especially for beginners if they don't wanna put themselves into a situation where they will create like unintentional errors in a typing. So this is like more understandable, it's more stricter, if that's correct term in English, but this is more like a lazy way of doing things. So what is in the background, like what is technically better? Now honestly, I don't have that much experience to go to bit level to explain you when one of those things is better, but I use both of these ways when I need them. If I have big problem, not problem, but program, I use this to be precise. If I'm just writing some throwaway programs, then I use this way. It depends what I'm doing. So it depends about day. I don't know. I don't do C++ for money. I do Python and PHP, so I can play around. I can allow that myself. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can use both ways. It's totally up to you. You can go to internet and then you can ask these kind of questions. Most of the people will just bombard you with different opinions. The best way is basically to buy some book and find documentation on that. So find some older programmer with I don't know, 3 decades of experience or something like that. And all of us other people, we are just, like surface C++ coders. We can use it and we can get the job done, but sometimes we don't know to explain things like in a bit level. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up. And after this playlist, I'm gonna return to Python and sleep like a baby, because C++, low level stuff. No, it's not much for me. I'm just getting older. I wanna get stuff done. So anyway, I'm gonna shut up and thank you for watching and see you next tutorial.